Fire in the hole, let's cook some beef. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to my backyard. What I got going on here today is I've got some of these, what they call country style ribs. I'll show you the package. This is the package that I got. See what it says there? Country style ribs. Now, these are not ribs, and I don't know about the country style, but what they are is they're pieces of beef that have been cut from the shoulder clod of the beef, and they got a lot of connective tissue and a lot of fat, and it's a tough cut of beef. It's a tasty cut of beef, but a tough cut of beef. I learned all about this from Bob Algren and the Barbecue Pit Boys. They taught me all about this. What we got to do is we got to braise these, but first we're going to put a little bit of char on them. We're going to put some Sang stir-fry oil on them, and then we're going to put some of my salt, pepper, and garlic mixture on them. Going to coat them liberally with that. Put them on right on the direct heat. I can sprinkle that on there after they're on there. Get these on there. Get them on direct heat. Get them a little char going on there, a little smoke and fire on them. You can hear them. Let me move the camera. You can see what I'm doing. Alright, it's back out, back out. There you go. Okay, so you see what I'm doing. I'm getting a little bit of char on them. Sprinkling them with a little bit of this salt, pepper, and garlic mixture of mine. Get that all over them. And throw them down on the grill right on the direct heat. Just get a little smoke and fire on them like that. And you see how they're kind of cut to resemble a rib, but they're not really ribs. And get them on there, get them hot. We're not trying to cook them, we're just trying to get a little smoke and a little fire on them. There's a little straggler right there. Get a little bit more of that salt, pepper, and garlic on there. There you go. And we're just gonna let them cook on there a little bit. Let them get a little char on them, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to deal with these to make them more tender. So stay tuned. Okay, so what I got is my cast iron pan on the grill, and what we're going to do is, got a Vidalia onion that I sliced up. We're going to put that in the bottom of the grill, of the pan rather, like that, just to keep the meat up off the pan, and also to bring some flavor to this whole mess. Now we're going to take that meat that we seared up on the grate and pack it into this pan like this. Just going to stuff it all in there like that. Got this little piece here, he's for me. I'm going to taste him later. But get that all in there. You see that meat's looking good already, but it's not ready, not by any means. Get another piece in there. Last two pieces right here. This one and this one. Okay. My meat's in the pan, so what we're going to do now is we're going to braise them. And the braising liquid of choice, of course, is beer. And what I've got today is, this is Independence Harbor Amber Ale. We're going to pour almost all of that bottle of beer in there, all but a little taste for the pitmaster. That's me. Going to pour that beer in there. We don't want to boil these, we just want to braise them. Let me just save a swallow out for me. Independence Amber Ale, ale with honey added. We're going to have to do a review of this in the coming weeks. Let me take a taste of that. Boy, that tastes good. That's actually supermarket beer that I got at Aldi's, and I got the meat at Aldi's. And I also got this at Aldi's. This is Memphis style barbecue sauce. We're going to throw some of this in there on top of that meat. Cover it up good. Just want to get the liquid to be about, not quite covering the meat, but we do want the meat to be fairly submerged. I'm going to take this whole bottle of barbecue sauce. I got another bottle. We'll probably have to add more liquid later on in this cook. But right now, we're good to go. All we got to do now is let that simmer on the grill for a little while, about an hour, and we'll come back and check it. Maybe add some more beer, maybe add some more barbecue sauce. So there you go. I know it don't look like much now, but you wait till that gets cooking, you'll see what we're talking about. So let me bring you back in about an hour. We'll take a look at that, and then we'll continue on and we'll drink a beer, and then we'll take a taste. So stay tuned. Well, it's been about an hour and a half. We're going to add a little bit more beer to that mixture and let it percolate right on. Put about maybe another half a bottle of beer just to keep the level of the liquid up in there. Yeah, that's enough. I'll save the rest for me. We'll let that go a while longer. Then we'll go get a beer to drink and we'll take a taste of it. So stay tuned. My boneless pork ribs are just beef ribs are just about done. Let's get out the Frosty Root Boy mug, and here's today's beer. This is 51K IPA from Black Rocks Brewing Company. Another one of Steve Mitchell's beers that he sent me. And this is what is this? It says Black Rocks are proud to call Marquette, Michigan our home. Okay, we already talked about that. So what is this? It's an IPA, we know that. 7% alcohol by volume. Brewed with Lake Superior water from Lake Superior, and that's all we know about it. The portion of the sales will support building and maintenance of recreational trails. Well, that's nice. That's nice of them. Anyway, let's crack it open and see what it's all about. Steve, another winner, I bet you. Let's check it out. 51K IPA. It's very pale ale, and it's got a nice head to it. It's got a nice froth. Can't call it bottle condition because it's in a can. Doesn't say much about it, what kind of hops or what. But there it is, 51K IPA. Let's take a sniff of that. Well, I definitely smell hops. There's no doubt about that. Got a picture of a hop on there, just in case you didn't know it. Let's take a taste of it. Roll, what do you think? Let's quaff the froth off it, baby. Excellent. That's an excellent IPA. Oh, pardon me. Brewed in Marquette, Michigan. Yes, it's a good IPA, 7%. Doesn't have that alcohol bite. Good IPA. Thank you, Steve. Another one of Steve Mitchell's beers from Michigan. So stay tuned. We'll take a taste of that beef. These boneless beef ribs turned out fantastic. Let me tell you what. There's no knife here. There's no knife needed. Look at this. It's fork tender. Pick it up with a fork and eat it. Oh, man. That's delicious. That is so good. And that generic grocery store barbecue sauce turned out just wonderful. And the meat is falling apart tender. You couldn't ask for better. Delicious. Excellent. That's a great recipe. If you're looking for a recipe, there's one for you right there. So babies, what I always say is, look at that beautiful meat. If you like this crap, please subscribe. There's a little square right there. If you don't, you want to see something different, go up here and check out my buddy, the hell's his name? Oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank. He's in Norway. The dude in Norway. What's your name, dude? Elton. Elton in Norway. How can I forget your name, Elton? What the hell is wrong with me? This beer is 7%, Elton. That's all I can say. Oh, Steve. Another great IPA, Steve. This is awesome. This meat is awesome. Check it out. Fork tender. Get off there. Another piece. Yeah. Go see Elton. Elton's Barbecue Pit in Norway. Dude's cooking up some great stuff. He's a great guy. Nice fellow. He's up there in Norway drinking that Norway beer. Come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but I gotta tell you, this beef here is awesome. It's awesome. Fork tender country beef ribs. Okay, babies? We'll see you next week. Bye.